And welcome aboard to the Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week here on the VSN Tallahassee channel. We have a very exciting matchup going on here down in the capital city of the Sunshine State. Of course, it's number 5 in 3A, number 16 in the state of Florida, the Florida High Seminoles. They're here at their home court, known as the Bag, the Bob Albertson Gymnasium, and they'll be hosting number 12 in 5A, the number 77 ranked team in Florida, the Pine Forest Eagles. Pine Forest coming in 11-6. Florida High coming in at 14-3. It's, of course, going to be a stout defensive team here, led by the gruesome twosome in the most complimentary way, of course. These two girls are known as monsters against the opponents here, Tony Morgan and Audia Young. Both going to be playing Division I basketball next year. Tony Morgan is a Georgia Tech commit. Audia Young is headed to Auburn. Both players are seniors, and both were nominated for the McDonald's All-American game. 2 of 3 Florida High players to be nominated for the McDonald's All-American game. Unfortunately, both were snubbed. But, of course, quality players. We'll see these out here tonight, and here are your starting lineups here for the Pine Forest Eagles. Number 4, Takoria Long. Number 10, Tanaja Purifoy. Number 20, Jada White. 21, Macavia House. And 33, Tiana Robinson. So an interesting, coming off the bench, Nyla Wilkins, number 23 here for Pine Forest. So here come the starting lineups here for your Florida High Seminoles. Like we said, the number 5 team in 3A. Number 16 in the state. Of course, led by head coach Daryl Marshall. Here are your starting lineup for your local Seminoles. Number 32, 6'1" junior, Chrissy Fost. Really developed over the last couple years offensively. She's going to be a threat down low here for Pine Forest. Up top, Lanai Guinea, number 2, the 5'5" junior, going to be playing guard. A lot of point handling duties for her today. And Taylor Hackett, the 5'5" sophomore, also will see some touches at point and soft. And here's the Auburn commit. Audia Young having a monster breakout year, 16.9 points per game. And, of course, the resident rock star. She's on the top 50 ESPN list. Like we said, Georgia Tech commit, number 5, Tony Morgan. Going to be the jump starter of this offense, averaging 20.2 points per game here. Of course, Florida High has already clinched up home field advantage, or home court advantage, I should say, in the district tournament. They will play next week, but of course, some bragging rights on the line for what should be a very entertaining contest. It's the Panhandle versus the Big Bend here on the Tallahassee channel, the Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. So thank you for coming aboard with us here tonight. Like we said, should be a very exciting contest. Pine Forest is going to be in their blue and red. Seminoles in all white, of course, with the golden numerals here today. So, of course, these won't affect the district standings or anything like that, but some potential playoff seeds on the line here tonight, as both these teams very much so looking for the postseason. So it's going to be a jump ball here. It's going to be Faust and Robinson, and it's going to go to the Seminoles to start thing off in a quick left-handed basket, and just like that, you see Tony Morgan get on the board here for Florida High, and they're going to go full court pressure here, make Pine Forest work for this one. Thrown into the front court, trying to wave it through. Beautiful rejection underneath. I love the help side defense there from Young. She's able to step in and make a big impact here for Florida High. So Pine Forest will inbound here from the end line. Underneath the basket is going to be Purifoy. She's going to be doing the point guard duty. She's been leading this Pine Forest squad for some time. Remember, we were here a couple years ago, and she had a fantastic game as I believe it was a sophomore back in 2019-2020. A hit, Purifoy looks, can't get the roll, so we'll stay at 2-0. And back to the Seminoles, who look to run over to the near side, drive towards the basket. Shot attempt is no good, but a foul called here as the tumbling Knoll heads to the court and will now head to the free throw. It's going to be a personal on number 10, Purifoy. So loading up, it is Young to shoot, and she'll add her first point of the ball game. So already 3 quick ones here for the Seminoles. Second one goes as well. So a little bit of a deficit here for Pine Forest. Florida High, for the vast majority of their season, used to working with a lead. So this is not strange territory by any means for the Seminoles, off to an early lead. Coming near side, trying to call out a pick. Wants to take the triple off the back square. Recovered well. Over into the front court now here for Florida High. Kick on over. Morgan thought about the triple. Dishes it down low. Good find underneath. Shot doesn't go. Rebound underneath. And that's what we talk about. Faust really developing her offensive game the last couple years. Gets a board underneath and makes Pine Forest pay. Now make it a 6-0 deficit here for the Eagles. Cycled around, shot doesn't go, off the rim, tries to recover it there, and it'll be out for Florida High basketball. Inbound coming in the backcourt. Thrown on over the corner, triple on the way here for Florida High, and able to hit. Good connection there. It's going to be Guinea on the triple, so 9-0 in favor of the Seminoles. So offensively, really got things going here. Be a kick on underneath, then tip through. Recovered well here by Pine Forest, and they'll look to swing it around. A little bit of rotation. Comes here near side of the trusty hands of Purifoy. Try to get a little pick and pop there off the backboard. Gets it to go. Good basket by Long there as she's able to kiss it off the glass, and it goes. First points here for Pine Forest. Drive underneath, diving after it, and just going to get scooped up. Morgan, great dish underneath, and the basket goes here. Push it to 11-2. A timeout here for Pine Forest with 5:23 to go in the ball game. And Coach McCants just wants to get a little breather here for his girls, starting off early, and it's hard to simulate the pressure and the threat that Florida High brings to the table here, and it looks like that's what they're running into right now here for Pine Forest. It is very tough sledding here against the Seminoles. 11-2 early. Of course, Morgan already with a deuce. Of course, we're chasing 2K tonight. Tony Morgan, if she's able to get 18 points, will hit a 2,000 career point mark. Very rarely do you see a player hit 2,000 here at the high school level, but a very skilled player, been at it, and on this varsity team for quite some time. Good basket, trying to set up a transition play, but a good rebound by Morgan. And she'll take us into the front court here for Florida High. Surveying the field. Young from straight away off the left will be rebounded by Purifoy. Get us back in to the Pine Forest front court. Triple from her on the move, doesn't go. Rebound by Young, but it's going to be poked free. Last touch by Long of Pine Forest. And so to be back to the Seminoles underneath, still with the 9-point advantage here early. So Guinea's going to bring us up into the front court. Try to direct this Florida High offense. On over to Morgan. Kick over the corner to Young. Swung back up top all the way around. Love the ball moving here for Florida High. Corner pocket three there from Morgan. Balloons the lead to 12, the largest of the evening. Basket in transition by Audia Young. And just as I say that, we're up to a 14-point lead here. Florida High, fantastic start. Good recovery by Purifoy, able to keep her dribble. And it looks like it's going to be a reach there on Hackett. And so our first substitution of the ball game. Of course, checking in is going to be number 12, Mackey, and number 0, Evora. The senior and sophomore, respectively. So Faust will take a seat along with, I believe it's Hackett. So thrown on over to the far side, triple on the way. That one goes there for Pine Forest. And a little bit of life for the visitors as their second basket here of the ball game. And Morgan will bring it back up into the front court here. Back to Guinea, looking for some help over Young in front of the Pine Forest bench. Left-handed take, find on the cut of the baseline, kick out for Morgan. She'll drive into traffic, kick around, Young for three. Rattles around, doesn't go. Poke free, couple hands on it. And Pine Forest will merge with the basketball. Drive at the net, tries the Euro step, gets it to go. Actually, a great move there by House. Florida High looking to respond, wasting no time, try to go underneath the basket. Pine Forest able to recover here defensively. Now Pine Forest wants to show a little bit of pace. In the paint, rattles around, doesn't go. Florida High got to get the rebound, and looks like Morgan's taking care of this one. She'll settle things down. So we clean up our score there. 16-7. Little takeaway here for Pine Forest. They seem to step things up after the timeout. Shot attempt doesn't go off the glass, but rebounded by Long. Swung around, triple here for the Eagles off the side iron. And it's going to be punch-free and good recovery here for Morgan. Swung around into the corner. Triple. Young wants another one. This one doesn't go, but Florida High will maintain possession. Swing it around here. Morgan, the trusty hands with 2.5 to go in the opening quarter. Now in possession here. Swung around Morgan. Nice dump down underneath. Shot attempt does not go there for Mackey, but she'll earn herself a trip to a free throw line. So Mackey to the line will shoot a deuce off the shooting foul. First attempt off the side iron does not go. So substitution coming here. Guinea's going to take a seat. Hackett back into the ball game. And it'll be Young that will sit down as well. Levi Henry, number 10, her first action here for Florida High. 2:21 to go here in the game. It's a 9-point advantage for Florida High, led by as many as 12. Here in the early going was 14-2 just a few moments ago. Arid pass there by Pine Forest, and this one will be back here to the Noles. So Morgan will go ahead and take the inbound here and get us rolling. Pick up some defense here. Right about that volleyball line over here, coming near side. Thought about the triple, now goes for it, rattles around. Good rebound on the far side there by Hackett. She'll swing it back around to the new substitute. She's able to maintain possession, keeps the pivot foot, but relentless defensive effort in transition for Pine Forest. Rattles around and gets to go House with another basket here for Pine Forest. And the visitors cut it back to a 3-possession game to ensure that this one doesn't turn into a runaway. Swung around over the far side. Morgan thought about it, drives baseline. Good kick underneath, but big block there by Pine Forest, and they'll look to go the other way. All the way over to the far side of the court. Now drive baseline, little hang and bang, doesn't go. Good hands defensively by Mackey to impact the shot. Morgan in transition. That's about as dangerous as it gets, and she proves us right. 7 now for Morgan, just 11 to get to 2,000 if you're scoring at home. Pass underneath with the right hand, doesn't get it to go. Mackey with the rebound here. So a calming presence. Under a minute to go here in a quick opening quarter. 18-9, Noles doubling up the Pine Forest Eagles right now. Kicked here near side, going in the paint, hung up, and it's going to be a jump ball. And this one will go to Pine Forest. So Florida High, of course, will get the next one on the alternating possession, as is the nature of the alternating possession on the tie-up. So inbound coming here for the Eagles, who've had a great season here so far, 11-6. One of the better teams out there in the Panhandle. They're coming from the Pensacola. Like we said, number 12 in 5A, which for those here locally, we know the Rickards Raiders dominating that 5A District 1. They're going to be the 1 seed, so Pine Forest is in that bracket. If you're wondering about that, Pine Forest is the 3 seed. Kick out of the corner, beautiful movement. That one's a little strong. 5 seconds to go here in the end of the first quarter. Tipped up. Can they get the shot off? They will beat the buzzer, but it does not go. Rattle off the rim, and that'll do it here for the first quarter. So we're going to jump out for a quick commercial break here in the Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. Come right on back. And back here in the Varsity Sports Network Tallahassee channel. It's Friday night, and we got some hoops down here. Florida High at the Bag, as it's known locally, the Bob Albertson Gymnasium here on the southeast side of town of Tallahassee, the capital city of the Sunshine State. The number 16 in the state ranked Seminoles from Florida High, as you can see that familiar logo to those fond of the college game. Of course, hosting number 77 in the state, the Pine Forest Eagles. So to open things up, it was a solid first quarter here for Florida High. Got out to a 12-point lead at one point. But Pine Forest calling a timeout. They were able to get organized and come right back. Nice cut to the basket. Beautiful finish underneath. And that's what we've learned to appreciate here is Morgan able to put another one in. So add 2 to the tally for Morgan as this one's kicked around. Triple near side does not go. And Pine Forest will recover. And dribbles around, and this is Purifoy with a couple prodding dribbles, but back out, cycle it around, tries to dump it down low. Nice thought on the quick shot, but just a little too strong, and Morgan will corral the loose ball. Come on into the front court. Oh, beautiful vision to kick it out. Triple from the near side. All 3 of those in the corner pocket. Taylor Hackett, the recipient of the Morgan assist. Beautiful dish by Morgan. Here she comes on the help. Try to get the trap, and Florida High comes away with the steal. Morgan in transition. Hang and bang. Doesn't get it to go, but will head to the free throw stripe here. As Florida High, now its largest lead of the game, is 14. Of course, Pine Forest has not led in the ballgame. Morgan heads to the free throw stripe, hits that one. So for those scoring at home, that's 10 for Morgan. Over halfway there. Needs 18 for 2,000. Settle in once again. Smooth as gravy. 11 for Morgan. She's going to take a seat. 25-9 now. 60-point lead for Florida High, largest of the evening. So Pine Forest, obviously just like anybody that's ever played Florida High, having a little bit of trouble here with Morgan. Triple from the far side off the front rim. Does not go. Kick down. Good rebound underneath. And some contact underneath the basket. Called foul. It's going to be a hack underneath. Looks like they call it on Young officially. Of course, Young and Faust both in the area there. Free throw attempt rattles around, does not go here. 6:32 to go in the second quarter. Of course, this is the first half of the doubleheader. We're going to stick around for the guys' game as well. So a full fixture of basketball here as the visitors get the second free throw and are now into double digits for the ball game. Kick down, good stab out there defensively here for Pine Forest. Little transition going the other way. Left hand off the glass is good. add 2 more here for the visitors, and they'll get a little mini 5-0 run. A 3-0 run to make it a 13-point deficit now. Back on up top to Young. Like we said, the Auburn commit. Very highly recruited, especially by a number of SEC teams. Auburn was the answer. Triple from the corner, almost had it. Hits off the back square and back around the backboard. So it'll be back to Pine Forest with 5:47 to play here in quarter number 2 of the high school game of the week. Of course, girls game going on now. Guys game starting up right around 7:30. Doubleheader. Purifoy from the left wing. Doesn't go. Bounces around. And Guinea, nice aggressive rebound. Thrown up into the front court. Young with the left hand. Can't get it to go. But it's going to be rattled around. Faust, with some good aggressiveness underneath. It looks like last touch by 32. But she's always going to be an impact on here. And with the cutting lanes here for Florida High and the high basketball IQ that they work with, when she gets offensive rebounds, they are dangerous on the second effort. Shot attempt doesn't go, but a big hack on Young as she takes a tumble down to the court. So Young will once again head to the free throw strike. Of course, Young averaging 16.9 coming into the ball game. Already well on her way to hit her average. A couple live buckets. Also some action from the free throw line here today. Second attempt gets that one to go. So back up to a 14-point lead for Florida High. As Pine Forest to try to break the press here. Purifoy just inside the 3. Shot attempt is short. And evidently there was a deflection either on the way up or on the way down of the shot. And so the referee underneath the basket says this one will stay with Pine Forest. So Purifoy will get the inbound here underneath. Stack on the left side of the free throw line. She's going to throw all the way up top there. Caught well there by Wilkins. Dump back down to Purifoy. Shot attempt and a foul. So once again, a couple bodies in there for Florida High. It looks like they're going to get fouled with this one. So it's going to be a shooting 2 and a trio of substitutions coming in here for Florida High. It's going to be Morgan, Mackey, and cannot see the other one as this free throw attempt goes for Purifoy. So now a doubled up score advantage here as Avora comes back into the ballgame. Faust, Henry, Hackett will take a seat here for Florida High. Purifoy will load back up here. 13-point deficit here for the 11-6 Eagles. Gets that one to go. So it takes it back to a dozen for Florida High. Guinea and Morgan in the backcourt going to bring us up here. This one's tipped by Purifoy. Good defensive pressure out onto the wing. Tries to dump it back down. It goes all the way across back to Morgan. A little hanging bang off the glass. Gets it to go. 2 more for Morgan. So once again, adding to the tally. Chasing 2K tonight. Opportunity to get 2,000 career points. Oh, it looks like it went in on the other side of the rim, but it was just short on the acrobatic shot attempt. Good steal here in the backcourt, but referee says no steal. That's going to be a reach there, and they're going to get Wilkins with the reach. Second leading scorer here for Pine Forest on the season, averaging just shy of 16 points per game. Herm Purifoy, the big 1-2 punch. A little hang and bang from Young. Rebound underneath. Doesn't go, but good fight there. Third shot attempt. And unfortunate there, Pine Forest will come away with it, but aggressive offensive rebounding here for Florida High. Little cross-court pass looking for Purifoy. The Georgia Tech commit reads that one all day. Transition, left hand, kisses it up the glass. 2 more for Morgan. Unofficially 15, 3 away from 2,000. Stolen here by Morgan. Up into the front court. Young with the run out. Great hesitation. It's short, gets her own rebound, and puts it in. And that's just how you pad the stat sheet here if you are Audia Young, and will give us to a stoppage at 3:52. Quick timeout on the floor. 32-14. Florida High rolling. And welcome back here to the Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. 32-14. 18-point advantage here for Florida High, the number 16 team in the state. Flexing that number 16 muscle, and unofficially, for those keeping score at home, Tony Morgan 15 tonight. Unofficially, of course. We're trying to keep this on the fly here. Needs 18 for 2,000. So some simple math would dictate, if we are correct, only a 3 away for Morgan to reach 2,000 in her high school career. Just an unreal accomplishment. Cycle back around here as Pine Forest trying to run a little clock. Dumps it down into the middle. Purifoy with a great move in the paint. Can't get the payoff. Morgan with the rebound. You wonder if Coach gave her the heads up during the break here on the timeout. Young with a triple, and the lefty drills it. Young has been looking for the 3 tonight. I believe that's her second of the game. And tack 3 more on here for Florida High. Rolling at home. Triple from the near side. Hits off the side iron. Lets it go, does Morgan. 21-point advantage after the Young triple. And Florida High really putting the impact down on one of the final games of the regular season here. This one's going to be poked free, and it tipped away. I believe it is the final regular season game here for Florida High. Their 18-game slate. Guinea is going to come in for Hackett. It's going to be a Florida High inbound right in front of the Pine Forest bench here. Morgan will pull the trigger over on the far side. Swung back to Guinea. And a little bit of a hesitation on out to Morgan. Drive, looking for the dish. A couple active hands for Pine Forest defensively will win the ball back for them. And they'll look to get in transition. Swung around and cycled. Once again, a 21-point advantage here for Florida High. Good hesitation by Purifoy from the stop, and pop from the free throw line doesn't go. Offensive rebound for the Eagles, and they throw it into the backcourt. That's going to be an over and back for Pine Forest. Inbound for the Seminoles over on the far side, so Faust will come back into the ballgame. Has a little more height coming onto the floor here. Of course, I would assume Coach didn't like all those offensive rebounds that he saw from Pine Forest, so Faust coming back into the ballgame. A little hang and bang here from Morgan. Good rebound here by Guinea. They'll cycle it around back to Young up top. Nice little hesitation, step back, and Faust able to save it down on the baseline, but Pine Forest coming away with it and looking to go the other way. Back to the corner, triple near side, rattles it home, and it's Wilkins. She seems to have the hottest hand going now for Pine Forest. Cuts it to 18, which we were at a couple moments ago before that Audia Young triple. Speaking of Young, she's back on the ball here. Left-handed dribble, a circle around, now to Morgan. A little hang and bang in the paint, tried to get it to go, and it will not, but a foul on the play here. So Morgan will have an opportunity to cash in from the free throw line, shooting 2. 1:26 to go in the second quarter here at the Bob Robertson Gymnasium. First one is good for Morgan. Sitting on 1,998 points unofficially. 16 for the ball game. And it looks like the athletic director and the statistician and the PA men are on standby for the announcement, as Morgan is on the brink of a huge threshold that you very rarely see here at the high school level, and really speaks to her talent and the Florida High program that they're able to keep that consistency and she's able to produce at that level. Up and under for Purifoy as Morgan hits the back end of that free throw. So unofficially at 17, which would be 1 away. Of course, waiting for the official announcement. Morgan smiling, almost like she knows as she talks with Faust down on the blocks down there. First one goes for Purifoy. She, as she typically does, having a great game out here tonight. Averaging 17 plus. Shooting a dangerous 88% from the free throw line. And right as I say that here, she misses it. So we'll stay at that 19-point advantage. If they're looking with Morgan, a basket should put her over the threshold. Great feed underneath. Faust with the basket of the right hand. Beautiful dish from Morgan. Another fantastic assist. She averages 3.8, of course, but she's just coming off a triple-double versus East Gadsden. She's had 2 different triple-doubles here this season. Points, rebounds, assist, as that one kicks off the back glass. Good rebound by Morgan. Thought about running, but Pine Forest pokes it 3, is swung on back around. Long dishes to the top of the key. House now on the ball. Back to Long. They'll look to recycle. A little prodding dribble here. We'll go under 30 seconds for the half. Purifoy coming off the roll. Kick back out. Florida High, great defense. Oh, but leave one open. Pine Forest, but does not matter. Faust on the rebound. So right here, this may be the one. See if Coach tries to call an ISO here. This would unofficially put Morgan over the threshold. Take to the basket, but she kicks. A lot of contact there. Young for the triple to beat the buzzer. And just hits the left side of the rim. So an exciting end to the first half. So we will go into the break here. 39-18 is our margin, as you can see on the screen there. So we're going to jump out, do a little bit of broadcasting business here with a quick commercial break. We're going to come back on the other side, give you a quick recap here for Florida High to see where we are officially of the Morgan, the 2K watch. Come right on back after the break. And welcome back here to the Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. Here on the VSN Tallahassee channel. Excuse me for my slow roll here as we try to get the social media updated here on the brink of something really exciting. Tony Morgan needing 18 points here tonight to hit the 2,000-point threshold, so you thought that she'd have a good shot at it. Of course, averaging 20-plus per contest. Currently sitting at 17 in the first half, so what does that mean? One more for 2,000 points in her Florida High school career, which is unbelievable. Well, not unbelievable, but is just fantastic. And you love to see it going on here in the high school level for what has been a fantastic opening half of action. Here, as you can see, 39-18, all Florida High in the opening half. They lead by 21, which ties their largest lead of the game. Hit that a couple times. Like we said, Morgan leading all scorers with 17. Young with a couple big threes, a couple big baskets, and sprinkled in points from others. Faust, Mackey getting in the action as well. Creating a really exciting game here. And on the other side for Pine Forest, it's mainly the 3-ball by Wilkins, really kind of keeping them on life support here and giving them an opportunity to come back in the second half. They really showed a spark early in the first quarter. They went down 12. It was 14-2. Coach Godwin called a timeout, got the ladies together, tried to shape some things up, and able to get organized here and have a nice response. Get it back to single digits, turns it into a 2-possession game here. But, of course, Florida High doing what Florida High has done all season long. The Georgia Tech commit, the Auburn commit leading the charge. Of course, it's Morgan and Young, respectively. So we'll see if they have a ceremony planned here for the second half or some kind of announcement, or maybe we'll get a standing ovation. But we did check with the athletic director for Florida High, Coach Robinson, here at the end of the first half. He has confirmed that our unofficial score count was correct. So Morgan with 17 tonight is 1 point away from 2,000 in her high school career. Of course, senior season, like we said, headed to Georgia Tech. She was snubbed, surprisingly so, from the McDonald's All-American game, which is shocking because she's on all the top ESPN lists here for girls basketball seniors. But she's one of the lead candidates for the Jordan All-American game coming up here in the spring. But, of course, she's trying to lead Florida High to some bigger and better things. Trying to head down to Lakeland, get some hardware here coming, as they already had the regular season trophy for the district. They'll see if they can add the postseason as well. They have locked up the #1 seed. But it'll be interesting to see. Pensacola Catholic, Walt, and McClay will have a little bit of influence to see if Florida High is able to run straight through and clinch it up. But, of course, that's why they play the game. So far, exciting one. Florida High, 39, Pine Forest, 18. We're going to jump out once again for a couple quick commercial breaks here. Thanks for hanging with us here. The Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week here on VSN Tallahassee. Andrew Droop coming back on the other side of the break. And back here at Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. Getting ready to get rolling here from Bob Albertson Gymnasium as Pine Forest and Florida High just getting ready for the second half of action here for the Game of the Week halftime score is Florida High in control here. So we wait for the inbound. (39-18), like we said. Morgan 17 in the first half. So she accounted for almost 50% of the team's scoring output to start things off in the first half. We'll see what Pine Forest has to say about this one here. The Eagles in all blue coming out, going right to left here in quarter number 3. This one's going to be poked free defensively, but recovered by Purifoy. Good first half by Purifoy. Been doing a lot more distributing than scoring here tonight. Dumped down underneath. Good basket there by Robinson, who got the start today. Not one of their big scorers, but of course going up. Needed some size, did Pine Forest. She's the one with the chief responsibility of Faust here on the offensive end. Faust calling for the ball underneath. She thinks she's got a mismatch here. Young thought about the triple. Little hesitation off the glass. Beautiful shot. Audia Young gets Florida High on the other side of 40. Once again, largest lead up to 21 here, 41-20. 7 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Purifoy over the far side. Triple for Pine Forest. Does not go. Faust, the easy rebound to Morgan. Had a chance at it. Of course, just needing 1 point any way she can get it. The triple for 2,000 off the back square. Doesn't go. And it'll be rebounded by Guinea. Swung around here to Morgan. You wonder if she got the heads up. She's got to know she's close. And I think the arena is excited for it, ready to go off as well. But Faust, another great bucket here. 43 here for Florida High. A little bit of traffic, largest lead of the game. They push it now to 23 here in quarter number 3. So Purifoy will get the inbound to start us here. The waiting arms of house for the Eagles, of course, in all blue. Long also on the court here. Other two here are Wilkins and White. Triple for Purifoy. Hits front and back of the rim there. Nice distribution here, out in transition. Back to Faust. Love the ball movement. Unselfish basketball. Fantastic team basket there for Florida High in transition. Everybody gets a touch and the ball goes in. 25 now, the largest lead of the game. Dribble off the take. Faust. Beautiful, clean defense. Stays vertical. And now Morgan in transition. So 1-on-4. This would be fitting for her to break it here. Gets her own rebound. Throws it up. Basket for 2,000. And they call a timeout here. Official announcement. I'll let them take it away here.
Tony Morgan just went over 2,000 for
So there you go, officially with the basket here. 5:31 to go here in the third. Now a 27-point lead for Florida High. Tony Morgan, 2001 now. Career points for Tony Morgan. Beautiful honor and cool to be here on such a special night. And of course, just another accomplishment as she's straight-faced and not showing a lot of motion here after the little timeout celebration, which was really cool that Coach Marshall made sure to call a timeout so they can make that announcement. But it's back to the ball game here, but that's a threshold I've only seen once here in the Big Bend, a couple years ago up at NFC. Very rare. You know, probably something you only see 3 or 4 times a decade. So inbound coming here, fake, and rotated around. Purifoy, triple from the far side, does not go, as it's now a 27-point game. Long in the Eagles, you gotta credit them. They're still fighting here in the third, and a drive into the paint. And looks like a foul call, and they're gonna get Hackett on the reach there as Purifoy driving through the lane. But it looks like it's on the ground, so with 4:54 to go in quarter number 3. Long triple, and that one's gonna be a little short on the attempt. Morgan coming away with the rebound. Now she's got the burden of 2,000 lifted off of her shoulders, so can just play a little bit. Doesn't have to worry about getting that basket or risk taking it into the postseason. But able to recover and make it happen here on Friday Night Hoops. So glad that we could be alongside of it here with her tonight for her and Florida High. And that's when it's going to be a good make there. Punch, dumped down. This one's going to be tipped away by Pine Forest, looking to run. Transition left hand, did not get it to go. And so the recovery is up and in. So add 2 more here for Pine Forest. It's going to be a take dumped here near side. It's going to be Avora. So this one's going to be cycled back through here. And nice take on the drive underneath, but this one's going to be kicked out here. 49-24 current score line. Stoppage here. Morgan will get us inbounded. Look to bring this one up into front court. Once again. Looks to go into work. Young and Morgan with a little 1-2 combo here. And this one's going to be skipped down underneath back to Purifoy for Pine Forest. So a rare empty possession here for Florida High with the lead at 25. And this one rattles around, does not go there for Pine Forest. Morgan down here with the rebound. She'll walk it up, calm, cool, and collected. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third, 2:46. Quick moving period is number 3 here after the halftime break, even with the pause to acknowledge Morgan hitting 2,000. Good dish underneath the foul. She'll get the rebound as the loop ball corrals away. Second effort shot. Could have been a foul call, but good effort to fight through. Leviah Henry able to punch it up and in for Florida High. This one underneath. Pine Forest looking to get a quick one in transition. And Faust able to wrestle it away. Now Florida High once again looking to push. Young gets stripped, but able to get her own loose ball. But then Pine Forest, after another block, coming away with it. Transition for them, it's poked free. Good hands by Morgan to punch it free, and it will hit off of the Pine Forest defender. And of course, the Pine Forest offensive drive. And it will go out of play to the Seminoles. So back into the front court, a nice drive and take. And it's going to be a jump ball underneath, but this one, of course, on the alternating possession, we'll go back to the Seminoles. Underneath, this one's going to be dished around, drive and take off the glass. And it'll be another foul called here. See if it's shooting, and is. So Seminoles head to the free throw stripe here. 27-point advantage. Largest of the game. And free throw attempt does not go. Looking to reset here was Henry from the free throw stripe. Second free throw attempt here, and it is good. So now up to 28-point margin for Florida High, largest for them here tonight. Cycled around, triple coming for Purifoy, and that one looks good. Add 3 here for her. She talks to the referee for a little bit of extracurricular. Morgan going after. This one's poked free, collects a loose ball, dumps it down here. It's kicked around, and it's a last touch there by Pine Forest. So this one will go back to Florida High underneath the basket. The one that's getting increased with a little bit of intensity here. Both these two teams getting a little physical here. Morgan with a strong take off the glass, gets it to go. Rolls over her defender, then this one's stolen back here. Kicked around, drive in the paint, does not go. Rebound underneath, it's going to be poked free. Guinea's going to get on the court. And it'll be a timeout here for Coach Marshall as he's able to pull the quick trigger here and make sure they stay with it. We're going to jump out here for a quick commercial break on the Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. And Mackey able to hit that one there for Florida High. Nice assist here by Morgan. So it's going to be swung around here back to Purifoy. Triple from the near side. Another good-looking one for Wilkins. She's been the lead scorer and agitator of Florida High, especially from deep. But this one's going to be taken back by Pine Forest. Purifoy in transition off the back square and the backboard. Collected right in front of the Pine Forest bench. Back to Morgan. There, a hang and bang there for Morgan. And that one is up and in and able to beat the buzzer. Take us to quarter number 4. We're going to jump out for a quick commercial break here. Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. Come right on back. And back in the action here, Florida High and Pine Forest. And it's all Seminoles. They lead by 28 here. Now with Sweet Cascade into the fourth. Quarter of action, so it's going to be a foul on Aurora. So Pine Forest an opportunity to carve into this lead here from the free throw stripe. .7:48 to go here in the fourth quarter of action. And so this one is going to be up and in successfully there for Purifoy. So get it back to 27 here for Pine Forest. That one off the glass does not go. Rebound underneath is going to be swung here. Does not go. We'll stay with Florida High here in from the side. 7:31 to go here in the fourth quarter of action. From the side here, Young with the ball. Nice little hesitation. Drive into the paint, does not go. Scooped around and recovered well. So Pine Forest, a little spark here. A little floater in traffic, rattles around, does not go. Getting with the rebound in the back court. Try to get the escape and beat the back court clock on out to Young. She's up in front, will be fouled, and we'll head to the free throw stripe with 7:03 here to go. That margin still at 27. So Young will go to the stripe with a pair. She continues to try to balloon this lead out here for Florida High as they really put the stomp down here in the second half. Settles in, does not go, tipped around, last touch by Pine Forest. No ball here, so it'll be Guinea to do the inbound for Florida High. And we have a little stoppage here. Timeout called on the court. So while we have the opportunity, we're going to jump out here for a quick commercial break. Try to add a couple more here for Florida High. She settles in. And rattles around and gets it to punch in. So the second one there goes for Henry after the impressive crossover there. This one thrown over into the corner. Purifoy and stepped on the baseline, it looks like. So good defense getting out in transition there for the, or not transition, good defense getting back there for Florida High. Tried to make them space it a little more than they were able to. So inbound coming here in the backcourt. Trying to get it to Aurora. Able to escape initial pressure. Thrown on to the side. The runner will rattle around, does not go, but good fight underneath here. It's going to be Mackey for Florida High and White for Pine Forest. I believe the possession should go back to Pine Forest. And so it says official ruling is going to go back to Florida High, so must have missed one throughout here. So that's my mistake. The referee's having a little conference here. Maybe they're under a different impression that the scorekeeper has actually flipped his ruling here in the fourth, and so one of the referees going over to talk and conversate. So by our count, unofficially, it should be Pine Forest basketball, as both Purifoy and Guinea are at the baseline trying to organize everything. But it looks like Guinea will inbound, so they say possession arrow with Florida High. This one's going to go up top. Turnaround shot attempt. Does not go for Mackey. It's going to be a jump ball. And this one will go back to Pine Forest. That we know, as we just got the update there. And so we got it rolling. So swung on here to the near side. Kicked around. Triple looking on the way for Purifoy, and that's a good looking shot there. And she starts to pick her offensive game up and get it on the scoring sheet some more, as it was mainly a distribution and defensive first 3 quarters here for Purifoy. Been rough sledding for her tonight against a really highly touted Florida High defense. Good drive by Young in traffic. Pushes lead back here to 27 in quarter number 4. We're on the far side, swung around. Long on the ball now for Pine Forest. Little head fake, back to Purifoy. Step back over to the corner, triple for Pine Forest. Great ball movement, by the way, on that possession. Does not go for House. Florida High looking to push here as it's Young and a lot of the second wave here. Young and Guinea. Shot attempt for Long does not go. Rattles around. Wilkins underneath for Pine Forest. Making some trouble, fighting after it. But able to punch through and keep that one here with Pine Forest. 27-point deficit. We've seen as large as 28 here this evening. Underneath Purifoy, open in the corner. See if she can go back-to-back. This one does not go. Morgan with the rebound as she's back into the contest. Here as we go under 5 into the corner. Triple does not go. It'll be tipped out. Looks like last touch by Florida High. So back to Pine Forest. Long to give the inbound underneath. Purifoy will walk it up. Over to Long, cross court. As continue to credit Pine Forest. They fought all night long. Beautiful up and under there by House. Add 2 more here to the visitors. They cut it back to 25. Young now. A little fake. Great move. Right hand by Henry. Faust with the rebound. We talked about it pregame. Huge board here for her. Great positioning and great finish. Getting the touch offensively. Something she's really improved on the last couple years. Purifoy, the deep 3. Off the back square, does not go. Good rebound there by Wilkins. Strong take to the baseline, but Guinea is there to take it away for Florida High in transition. With the right hand, razzled around and gets it to go. So 2 more here for Florida High. Continuing to keep Pine Forest at arm's length. Just when they start to dip it under, got it to 17. Florida High puts it back up to 19. It's been quite some time since they've been within 15 or a 5-possession game here tonight. Rebound underneath, 3:36 to go in the ballgame. Takeaway here, Morgan. She's looking to press. It's a 2-on-2. She takes it herself, and a good decision off the backboard and in. 2 more for Morgan as she continues to leave 2,000 in the dust after eclipsing the mark early in this second half. Purifoy with the right hand, back on out. House's 3 off the side rim. Faust pokes it free. Guinea able to save it. Once again, great game by Faust underneath. Couple big baskets here throughout. Some good assists by Morgan, some good solo efforts by Faust, just getting the offensive rebound and putting it back in. This is a good inside-out basketball team. They can do it from the perimeter. They can do it off the drive. They can do it on the inside, and can get some offensive rebounds when Faust is in the ball game. This is going to be a very dangerous club to deal with come postseason. Foul underneath, 2:48 to go here in the fourth. Florida High in control, up 19. So substitution here. Faust is going to take a seat. Kenny's going to take a seat. Some new substitutes coming in. Looks like a couple of the youngsters from the JV team that have recently gotten pulled up. Do not have them on our depth chart here. Give baseline, shot attempt does not go. Pine Forest with the rebound, looking to push on the other end. Left-handed, down and good. Wilkins with the basket there, continues her offensive showcase for the evening. She has impressed. Came in as the second leading scorer. I believe she leads the Pine Forest attack here tonight. Take Morgan into traffic. Triple team, still gets the pass out. Probably will get credit for the assist. Basket up and in here for Florida High. 2 more on the other round. Purifoy with the take into traffic. Unsuccessful here. This will stay 31-point margin here. Largest of the game. So it'll be Purifoy to attempt some free throws. Can get it back to 30 and does. Good game for her tonight. Substitutions coming back in. Evora and Hackett into the game. Young and Morgan out of the game. As they talk to some of the coaching staff over there on the far side. Purifoy's second attempt. That one's good as well. So 2 for 2. Purifoy, like we said, 88% clip she came in at for the season from the free throw line. Has not disappointed in that regard. Poked free back to Pine Forest. So it goes 29-point margin, 2:08 to go. Florida High has never trailed in the ball game. Pine Forest, full head of steam on up to the front court. Purifoy and the gang, like we've said numerous times, still fighting here, taking the paint. And it's going to be a foul. See if they'll get the shot attempt. It's going to be a push on Hackett. So 2 free throws on the way for Purifoy. And we apologize if you're just coming back with us. We did experience some technical difficulties there in the second half. We will have the on-demand game posted here this weekend to make sure to get it up to date and put in for you so you can view it on demand. Of course, apologize for the technical difficulties. And it's going to be a foul in the backcourt, and they'll give them the inbound underneath the basket. As Pine Forest once again getting the ball back here. Long on the ball now. Kicked out. House a triple. She's had an excellent game. 9 points a game. Believe House is double digits tonight. Would have to get an official score count there, but it seems House is outplaying her average for sure tonight. Kavia House, a senior guard, wearing number 21. This one shuffled around. Purifoy for triple. Hit a couple there in a row. Missed her last 2 from deep. 1:15 now to go. 24-point margin. Possession arrow now with Pine Forest as they update everything and correct all the statistics. Long coming away with the steal. Purifoy open underneath. Holds on, a good fake. Foul going to be called on Hackett. And so once again, heading to the free throw line. Very rarely for Pine Forest has someone else besides Tenija Purifoy, the senior guard, gone to the free throw stripe, as they are now in the 1-and-1. That was the 7th foul on Florida High, so in the bonus. So we'll be shooting free throws for the rest of the game, but not too much time left on the clock here. Devora in the backcourt. Near side, triple for Purifoy does not go. 45 seconds now on the clock. Triple on the other side does not go. Rebound coming in, it's Purifoy. That'll be a foul reach over the back here. So Purifoy, of course, on the court, but will be headed back to the free throw stripe once again. Gonna shoot the 1-and-1. Like we said, 39.4 seconds. Margin back to 22. Of course, we did break 30 shortly, but with a lot of the reserves and younger players, some of those coming up from JV. 7th grader on the court here, Taylor Powers, number 24. Averages 2.5 points per game. So 2 more for Purifoy. Cuts it to 20 even. Tried to escape the pressure thrown. It goes all the way out back to Pine Forest. So I believe it's a 13-2 run here for Pine Forest. Of course, what was a 31-point lead, as we referenced, back down to 20. Purifoy, triple. House continues her fantastic day. Offensively, another triple here. Florida High with the inbound. And going the other way. A little hang and bang does not go. Wrestled around and fallen to the court. There was a Vora. So this one's going to be back to Pine Forest. They will inbound from the side. Exactly what her count was, but it seems we've called her name a number of times, definitely surpassing her 8.9 average. A deep triple, Purifoy in front of the Pine Forest bench, so that'll beat the buzzer. All gonna be a wrap here as we jump into the post game. Like we said, all final coming out for this matchup, so a fantastic effort by the visitors, and they did battle back, but it just seemed too powerful here for Florida High when it was all said and done. And they are able to get the big result. So Florida High will improve to 15-3. And of course, like we said, the big highlighting events. The headline coming into the match was, could Morgan get to 2,000? The answer is yes. Broke 2,000 to get 2001 officially early in the 3rd quarter. Would then go and continue to score a couple more there in the ball game, but a fantastic output for her. Of course, breaking the 2,000-point mark, getting ready for the boys' game for liftoff in 12 minutes, roughly. 7:30 tip there. So we're going to jump out, take a quick break as we have an intermission. Going to fuel up, get hydrated here for what should be an exciting ball game on the boys' half. Come right on back here at the Varsity Sports Network High School Game of the Week. Big doubleheader.